Jared, how can we as homeowners conserve water?
So conservation of water is, we have two different things going on in the state. We were talking about water quality earlier, and now we have water quantity, so the amount of water we use. Because if we use less, then we have less chance of polluting it. There are several things a landowner can do to conserve water. There are several programs in the state right now assisting with moving more towards a native garden or conservation or no mow grass, for example. Taking away a little part of your property and making it more natural can do a lot to conserve water with groundwater infiltration and, again, secondary benefits with our pollinators and other insects. Switching to a grass instead of a Kentucky bluegrass that's so water demanding and nutrient demanding to a fescue that is a little bit better at conserving water and handling more drought periods.
Okay, how about even watering methods? What can we do there?
Targeting. If you have a mist-based sprinkler system, mist is very fine and can evaporate very easily, so you might actually be losing more of that to the atmosphere than you want. Drip tape works wonderful, and slowly let that water be sucked into the ground because water moves faster into the ground if it's already wet. So if you're just flooding it with a bunch of water right away, it might just run off and never make it to your roots anyway.
I've heard about rain gardens and we've talked about rain gardens, but tell us how they help.
Rain gardens are great, what I consider urban practice. We can use them in rural areas, but they're very good at targeting smaller lots or parcels where you can take away a little bit of piece of your land, make a beautiful garden that'll take the water from either runoff from a parking lot or from your shingles and direct it into a very shallow basin that's intended to take away 1 inch of water in 24 hours. So if you were to have let's say 1,000 square foot roof and it rained 1 inch of water, we would design that rain garden so that it would soak up all that water within a 24-hour period. In addition to the shallow basin of that rain garden, we pick beautiful native plants that go in there to help soak up that water, create those deep roots, kind of like we have with shoreline or in our buffer strips, to hold that soil in that basin and to soak up that water and help transpire it back up into the atmosphere instead of all of that water running off your land and into the storm drain. And rain gardens can be custom designed. You can make them in wonderful shapes. I know some soil and water districts that have made like star shapes or moon shapes, depending on what the landowner wants, as long as it's designed to that standard of 1 inch for 24 hours. There's a lot of different things you can do, including a variety of beautiful forbs or flowers that we can add in addition. Another thing you can do on your property is collect the rain off your roof for use for your gardens, whether it be vegetables or flowers. I have 8 of them at my house where every downspout goes to a rain barrel, and I have created a little cart for my wife with a little transfer motor on there and a battery so she can water her plants and just hook up to that rain barrel and then move on to the next when one runs dry. And it's great because it doesn't take much water to fill up a rain barrel. Your roof has such a big surface area that a little bit of water will fill that barrel up that you can use all throughout your yard. And not only are you conserving the water by holding it back and using it, but you're not using, say, chlorinated water from the city or any other things that happen to be in the water to treat for you to drink. You're not introducing that to the plants. You're able to use the natural rainwater that's already available to all of us.